Fellow Knicks fans, it's Tracy Morgan. Game night in New York starts on the subway. The whole city in orange and blue, rolling in together. Orange and blue skies, baby. Go New York, go New York, go!
Jubilation over the New York Knicks making it to the NBA Finals has taken over the city. I mean, sparking full-blown orange and blue fever across the 5 boroughs. We're seeing Knicks banners, player murals, window displays, team colors dominating storefronts and street corners, and skylines throughout the Big Apple. So the last time the Knicks made it to the finals was 27 years ago. Now the Knicks will have to face the San Antonio Spurs, the same team they lost to during the championship of 1999. That's the year when my next guest, a former Knicks player, was getting set to run for President of the United States. Former New Jersey Senator, Democratic presidential candidate, and former New York Knicks forward Bill Bradley, who played on the last Knicks team to win the NBA championship back in 1973. We are thrilled that you're here.
I am so happy to be here.
Oh, my gosh. How happy are you about the Knicks? What has this season been like for somebody like you?
It's been great. I mean, they're playing with such confidence. They're unselfish. They're disciplined. They're resilient. They're playing the way the game should be played. And it just gives me a thrill to see it. I think that they are really, I think they're going to win. I'm saying it right now on the show. Your show, Liz.
Okay.
Knicks will win.
And do you think, you just said they're playing so cohesively like a real team.
Yeah.
The teams back in the 1970s on which you played, the New York Knicks great teams, they played very much not as one star here and one star there. It was a true definition of the team. Do you see some of that coming back in this particular episode of the New York Knicks history?
I do. I mean, every team is different, and our teams were different than this. The rules were different. There was no three-point rule, et cetera. But I do see the same kind of unselfishness, and I see the same kind of discipline, and I see the same kind of resilience. And to me, that's what makes a champion.
Knicks point guard Jalen Brunson, he wasn't really viewed as sort of one of these franchise-altering players, superstars. And sure enough, he comes in, and it's just incredible what he has done, but he's more of the humble type. It feels like that's similar to the teams back in the 1970s.
Yeah, we were each of us was 1 point on a 5-pointed star, and everybody felt that way. And I think that Jalen Brunson is the leader of the team, but his leadership is not just on the court, but off as well. For example, when he didn't go free agency, instead signed a contract with the Knicks, giving up millions of dollars because he wanted to have money to pay and get a good team and win the championship, that's the same kind of character. That leads to the pass, that leads to the pass, that leads to the basket, helping out on defense, boxing out, doing all the fundamentals.
No, Bill, when a team reaches the finals, the business impact can be very significant. Ticket sales, merch sales, people coming here to see New York and even just stand outside Madison Square Garden, which of course is so iconic. How much does a run like this change the course of not just a team, but a city?
I think it takes place in the spirit of the city. It's not going to take place in the economics of the city because, it's 20,000 people, and let's say the double. That's not going to make the city boom, but it will give the reputation of the city that will draw people. It's the home of champions. That'd be nice.
That sure would be nice. What did tickets cost during your final? Do you remember? Because if we look at StubHub, the cheapest ticket, Game 3 at Madison Square Garden on June 8th, the cheapest is $4,577.
Well, I think you can check me on this, but I think Knicks players, we all got a couple of tickets, right?
For your family?
For our family, friends, or whatever. I think they were $12.
Oh my gosh! I mean, we're seeing six figures.
And of course, no player would ever scalp the tickets. They couldn't sell them because that would not be a good thing to do.
Well, still is not supposed to be a good thing to do. But let's talk about the achievements that you would rank in your life. Winning the championship twice, because you did, for the Knicks, running for president, serving as a U.S. Senator for all those years.
Well, I've been very fortunate, first to have the parents I had, grow up where I grew up, small town in Missouri, go to Princeton and play with great players, and then go to Oxford and have a chance to play in the Italian League in Milano and see Europe. Those were all great experiences. And then the 18 years with the Knicks representing New Jersey was a tremendous honor for me. And it's full of a lot of stories. I have a radio show called American Voices on Sirius XM. I've been doing it for 18 years, 1,500 interviews, over 1,500 interviews.
Nice.
And they're stories about people's lives. And that's the reality.
You were doing podcasts before podcasts.
I was. That's correct, Liz.
I do just have to ask you, because as you sat on the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee when you were a senator. We are seeing a lot of changes when it comes to energy, and obviously the data center suck that they're taking so much electricity. That is creating a boon, not just in energy companies, but also nuclear energy companies. When you look at that, what do you think?
We're headed in a direction that will test the best of all of us. And we have enough genius to make it true. I hope we have enough values to make all of us get through. And I look out there and I see the world as it is today, and it's a little troubling. But I'm confident in the country. I'm confident in the people. I used to walk the Jersey Shore every summer, right? 127 miles. I wouldn't walk a whole 127 miles, but I would walk in every township. And I'd go along the beaches, and people would come up and tell me stories about their lives, about their struggles, and about their hopes and their dreams. It's the same way it is now. I mean, people are all out there trying to do the best they can to take care of their family and honor what we are as a nation, which is a free democracy.
Senator, thank you. It's great to see you, and congratulations on a life that you have lived so well. And we hope you're around for a lot longer, certainly to see the Knicks win this next one.
Well, I wouldn't have to live that long then, would I?
Bill Bradley, thank you.
My pleasure.